The Moon of Xxene, Chapter 6, Friendship, Scene 2. Emiravi meets Aslan in the garden again, and he gives her a vial of oil from the plumeria. When she asks him his name, he looks expectantly at her, wondering if she really doesn't remember him. She gives no response, and he thinks, "My name is..." He thinks of how he was called Crown Prince Uvo and Your Highness, and how his siblings call him Sovereign Brother, and how Eunuch Iroro, the Queen Dowager, and everyone else now call him Ovier. What do I tell her? He wonders. Who am I? Finally, he remembers how his sovereign father called him Aslan, my radiant son. He smiles and says, "My name is Aslan." She asks him to be her friend, and he agrees. Scene 3. Mujaga comes home from work to see that Kemal has returned from one of his trips. He tries to hug him, but Kemal pushes him away, accusing him of smelling like crap. He tells Kemal that he also got a job so he could support their family, and that he works in the Bureau of Waste Management. Mujaga's mother pinches their cheeks, saying she's so proud of her two boys, but Kemal is angry and says that's nothing to be proud of. How could you and Babo let my little brother do such menial work when he's smart and can read and write and should be following in his father's footsteps? Mujaga yells, angry, "Kemal, I'm not going to do that." Kemal says, "Okay, sorry, you don't have to, but you shouldn't be hauling waste as a Nihueki when me, an Ivyogbearer, works as a guard." Mujaga says, "I thought you were a laborer." Kemal says, "No." On his trip, he begged the older guards to teach him. He grabs Mujaga, telling him to come on. He will teach him to fight. He tells him that if he joins the Xxene military, he could at least become a soldier with some rank. Mujaga asks, "Then why don't you join the military?" Kemal says he's an Ivyogbearer and would only ever be a lowly officer on the front lines as arrow fodder. Kemal tells him, "Mujaga, you may be reckless sometimes, but you're not hot-headed. That's why I know I can trust you to protect our family." Mujaga beams hearing this. In the backyard, Mujaga and Kemal spar with stick swords as Anabari cheers Mujaga on.